Hello! Thank you so much for joining us today. Because you are watching this video, that must mean that you are ready for change. Perhaps you or a loved one are facing some health challenges, or maybe you're looking for an incredible income opportunity. Get ready to learn some new and exciting information today because less than 1% of the world knows what we are about to share with you today. So let's dive right in and start with this incredible story.
My name is Janine Janicelli, and I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I had heard about living water for over 30 years and never tried it. From the year 2000 to the year 2013, I had 22 skin cancer surgeries, from basal cell to sebaceous carcinoma to squamous to premelanoma and then to melanoma. Couldn't figure out why I couldn't get rid of all these different cancers. And then I got uterine cancer in 2013. And the doctors told me unless I had massive surgery and chemo radiation that I was going to be dead. So I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go that route. So I had a card that I kept in LA where I visited my friend who had been drinking living water for 10 years. And so I went to his home and he said, "You need to drink my living water." And I said, "No, I'm dying. I'm just going to sell my car and get my things out of your guest room and go, I'm dying." And so he said, "Well, if you're going to stay here while you're doing this," which I was going to stay 2 or 3 weeks, he goes, "You're going to have to drink my water or you're going to have to get a hotel."
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I said, "I'll get a hotel." So I went to look for hotels, and they were in Hollywood Hills. They were very expensive, and for 3 weeks it was like, I don't know, 3-4 grand. So I said, "Okay, I'll stay with you. I'll drink your living water." So for 3 days, he gave me these bottles of living water, and I poured it down the drain. And then after 3 days, he said, "Are you feeling better? Are you sleeping better?" I said, "No." He goes, "I see your light on all night." He said, "You look like hell." He says, "You're not drinking my water." And I said, "Yes, I am." He goes, "No, because you'd be feeling a difference." So he was a 25-year-old kid. And at the time, I was 50.
Wow.
So he's standing in front of me for the next 3 days watching me drink this water.
Wow. Bless him.
So I was like, resistant, but I was sleeping through the night. And then I was feeling much better. And then after the end of the 3 weeks, I used to drive down to the end of my driveway to get my mail because I was in so much pain. I was now walking a place called Runyon Canyon.
Yeah.
If any of you know what that is. I was walking it with him by the 3rd week.
Wow.
And so he said, "Would you like to buy a living water machine?" I said, "No, that's okay. I'm dying. I don't want to spend the money." So I got on the plane, went back to Raleigh. And 2 days later, he showed up at my door with the machine. He gave me a machine and said, "Drink this water.
Wow.
I know it's going to help you." And I said, "I feel great, but I've got cancer. Cancer doesn't go away unless you do chemo, radiation, and surgery," which is what I was trained to believe all my life. And so I looked at my ex-husband and I said, "All right, when I'm gone, make sure that you give him the machine back." And he said, "Okay, I will." Wow. He told me to drink 2 gallons a day, which I did for 6 months. The phone rang one day. It was my OBGYN, and she sounded stunned to hear my voice. She goes, "I was calling to pay condolences to your husband because I thought you died." And I said, "Well, what made you say that?" She says, "Because you were stage 4 last time I saw you, and you've missed your last 3 appointments. So I just assumed you'd passed away." And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry I missed them. I've been feeling so good. I haven't thought of coming in for my appointments." She said, "It must have metastasized to the brain because you shouldn't be feeling great. You're having done nothing," because she knew I did nothing. No treatment, no nothing.
Oh, okay.
So she sent me to her office. She couldn't get the ultrasound to work, so she thought. Then she sent me to Duke, and then with my records, and he called her up and he says, "I think this is the wrong person because the records you sent me are as a woman with cancer, and the woman I just examined has no cancer in her system."
Oh my God.
So I was like, wow, maybe the water works. And so I bought a machine. I started drinking this living water. I had no more skin cancers. I had no more biopsies. I had no more cryo sprays, which I used to get 5 to 7 every visit. I had acid reflux, which was really bad. It went away. I was a chronic all-nighter, never slept, sleeping straight through the night. And then with my children, my ex-husband, he was on 9 medications. Within 4 months, he was down to 2. I have a son that very high level, high functioning ADHD. He got on the living water and he started calming down. He got off the meds. I have a son with a heart condition, constantly had heart palpitations and a tachycardia arrhythmia. Within 3 months on the water, nothing, no more. His wife had lupus, always sick, always in pain, always miserable, and she really wanted to die. Her pain was so bad. 7 months on the water, she's asymptomatic, no more pain, she sleeps through the night. And so I've been sharing this with over 17,000 people since 2013, and I can honestly say, and God is my witness, 100% have either felt a small bit of difference, a medium size, large, or completely healed of their disease. And so I've made it a point. I've quit all my other jobs, and this is all I do now, share the water with people, because this living water is amazing. And in the Bible, there's 172 references to living water and what it does for you. And you just have to share it. And I always say, people say, well, who's your prospect? I go, if they're breathing, they're a prospect, because plants, people, and animals need this water. And so share it, because if you don't share it, you're doing a disservice to everybody that you meet, because they need to know it, whether they're healthy or not. If they're healthy, great, they need to stay healthy. And if they have issues, they need to at least try it. And I'm very, very pushy in my sharing with people, because a lot of people that I didn't push are now dead, or now diabetic, or now battling cancer. So I always tell people, I'm going to push you, I'm going to bug you until you tell me to get lost, because you need to try this, because I don't want you calling me in a year saying, by the way, I'm going to get your machine because I'm diabetic now, or I just got diagnosed with cancer. And I hear that all the time. So I thank this living water and the people that are in this family that have totally changed my life and my family's life.
Wow is right. That is an absolutely extraordinary testimonial about what this water can do. I do have to add this disclaimer, however, that this water does not cure or treat anything, including medical diagnosis, disease, etc. It simply puts the body at ease, hydrates us effectively, and gives the body the tools it needs to heal itself. Without further ado, let's start learning about water.
Is water really healthy? A lot of the water that we come in contact with today is processed. It means that the company has performed a series of chemical operations on the water in order to change it or preserve it. This is dead. It's tap water, bottled water, filtered water. Over $19 billion is spent on purchasing bottled water. Plastic is a hormone disruptor. 65% of bottled water is just tap water. And most water bottles aren't actually recycled. 30% of plastic water bottles get downcycled, and 70% goes into oceans and landfills. It's so sad. What about alkaline water? Have you seen this brand Essentia or other bottled alkaline water out there? I know one that I used to buy is the Trader Joe's alkaline water. Tap and bottled water, they're either acidic or chemically alkaline, like Essentia and all of these other bottled alkaline waters. If you turn them over and look at the ingredients, there's actually ingredients, one of them being sodium bicarbonate. Do you know what that is? Baking soda. That's making it chemically alkaline. Not actually healthy for us. What about distilled and RO water? Distilled and reverse osmosis water is devoid of minerals. It has an acidic pH. It's inflammatory. It's oxidizing and aging us. It's harder to absorb. Now, when my husband and I started drinking distilled water specifically, my husband has always had really good teeth. He's never had a cavity. And when he started drinking distilled water, it only took like a month or two and he started getting cavities in his teeth, because the distilled water, having no minerals, it's a hungry water. It is going to pull minerals out of anything it touches, including our teeth, our mouth, our esophagus, our stomach, our intestines. That's going to cause a lot of inflammation and issues in our bodies. And yet it leaches more chemicals from the plastic because it's so acidic and so empty. It just wants to pull everything so bad for you. Even if you drink bottled water, what are you showering and bathing in? What are you washing your hands in? Your laundry, your produce? What are you giving to your plants and your pets? What are you brushing your teeth with? It shows Salt Lake City, Utah, where I live, and most places in America are pretty similar. So you can go to ewg.org, type in your zip code, and you can find out what is in your tap water. Now, illegal limits are not actually safe limits for our health. So 14 of the contaminants in Salt Lake City's water actually exceeds health guidelines, and there's 36 total contaminants. You can see right here the 14 contaminants that exceed health guidelines, things like arsenic, chloroform. It's crazy. Now, this always blows my mind, because a lot of people are like, fluoride, get the fluoride out. Well, did you know that the cancer risk for people who drink chlorinated water is 93% higher than those who does not contain chlorine? Chlorine! What comes to mind when you think of chlorine? A swimming pool. And guess what? Chlorine is readily absorbed through the skin. Fluoride is not. Very, very scary. This is a map showing blue zones. Blue zones are places on Earth where people live to be over 100 regularly. These are places like Loma Linda, Nicoya, Costa Rica, Sardinia, Italy, Okinawa, Japan. Something that these all have in common is water. People travel to these blue zones to fill up bottles of water and to bathe in the waters because they have healing properties. They're like the fountain of youth. And in the 1950s, scientists discovered what all of these locations had in common in their water, and that is an abundance of active hydrogen. The solution to bring this living fountain of youth water into our homes is this little machine called a Kangen water machine by a company called Enagic out of Okinawa, Japan, which is one of the blue zones. Kangen in Japanese means return to origin. What the machine is doing is literally bringing the water back to its original healing state, just like the blue zone water. And the water can then bring us back to our original state of health and well-being. The properties that the Kangen water has: it is super hydrating because it is microclustered and structured. It's antioxidant because it is rich in active hydrogen. It is electrically reduced, and it is alkalized, meaning that the pH is changed through electricity, which is a natural process, versus chemical, like the baking soda water bottle we just read about. So dehydration is oxidation. What causes oxidation? Drugs, cigarettes, stress, viruses, EMFs, radiation, toxins, lack of sleep, basically everything in our day-to-day lives. That's why we always want to be consuming antioxidants. Just like this apple goes from beautiful and plump and green and delicious looking to shriveled up, that's what's happening to our cells on a daily basis. So we need to reverse that effect. This is an ORP meter. It measures the oxidation reduction potential of a liquid. So positive is going to mean that the liquid is oxidizing and bad for our health and it's aging us. Negative ORP is antioxidant. It's good for health and it's good for longevity. It's keeping us younger. So you can see the Kangen water measures negative 400 or more. Bottled waters are positive. You can see a green tea is negative 100 because green tea is antioxidant, right? Now, what gives it that negative charge is the molecular hydrogen. It's the strongest antioxidant because it's small, it's bioavailable, it goes where it's needed the most, and it's inflammatory. Okay, check this out.
This is an ORP meter, which literally measures a liquid's potential to reduce oxidation. The more positive the reading, the more oxidizing or inflammatory the liquid is. The more negative the reading, the more antioxidizing and anti-inflammatory a liquid is. We'll go to Propel. This is actually the same as vitamin water, Gatorade, Powerade, any sports drink. About 400s. Going up and down there. We got Sprite. We all kind of know that soda's bad for us. Diet sodas, by the way, and dark colored sodas are in the 500s. But Sprite is right around 436. We got Kangen.
What she's about to say is it's been sitting out. Now, when mine comes out of my tap, it measures negative 800. That's like so powerful. Here in Utah, we have a lot of minerals in our water, and the minerals actually help the machine create that electric charge. So it can have a lot of voltage, negative 800. Dr. Peter Ager won a Nobel Prize in 2003 for discovering the aquaporin, which is the plumbing system for the cells. It's like aqua pour in, right? Now, the aquaporin, as you can see, has a positive charge on it. So when you drink positively charged water and it's trying to go into that aquaporin, it actually gets repelled, like two positive sides of a magnet. Where if you drink negatively charged water, the positive charge of the aquaporin is actually able to pull that water into the cell, which gives you a greater delivery of oxygen and nutrients, outstanding detoxification, and superb hydration in the cell. Here is a pH scale. So low voltage, which is that positive ORP, right? That's low voltage. It's acidic. You're going to have slower recovery with that. The high voltage is going to be alkaline, the purple color, and you're going to have a faster recovery when you are alkaline. What creates acid in the body? Processed foods, GMOs, cooked, fried, baked foods, drugs, pills, medication, tonics, wine, liquor, coffee, tea, chocolate, meat, dairy, eggs, sugar, starch. Even negative thinking, worry, and anger can result in acidity in the body. Our bodies use buffers to combat acid if it becomes imbalanced. And where do the buffers come from? Come from our bones and our body. It actually pulls the minerals out of our bones. Just like I was saying with the distilled water, if you drink distilled water, your body's like, I need to buffer this acid. And so it pulls calcium from your bones to make it more alkaline. Look at the ingredients here on the Essentia. Purified water by reverse osmosis, sodium bicarbonate, dipotassium phosphate, magnesium sulfate, and calcium chloride, and electrolytes for taste. Sodium bicarbonate is baking soda. You can take something really acidic like distilled water and just pour baking soda in it, and there you go. That's Essentia. That's how they make it. Now, Kangen water is done through electricity. It's actually mimicking Earth's natural process of ionization, which is what creates the water in the blue zones. Ionization is occurring under Earth's surface, and it's creating this active hydrogen in the blue zones on Earth. Okay, so now we're going to look at the pH of a few different beverages.
These are just pH drops like you would test your pool, or anything you're wanting to test the pH of a liquid. If you look at the pH chart, it's about a 4, and then typically pop and sports drinks are right in between a 3 and a 4 pH. When you got your Kangen, this is actually the 9.5 water, but the machine can make 8.5, 9, or 9.5 so that you don't detox too quickly. A fun little trick I want to show you guys is I pulled the Kangen water here. Let's say you've been drinking bottled water for a long time, and you're like, okay, well, how long could it take for the water to kind of help my body? Well, I drink Kangen, drinking the Kangen water. But you guys, sports drinks and sodas are so acidic. It actually takes 32 glasses of Kangen water just to neutralize one soda.
Look at that. The soda and sports drinks don't change. So here are some other beverages and the ORP of things that we've tested. I've tested all kinds of beverages and bottled water, and nothing ever has a negative charge except Kangen. Now, structured water and small water, like this electrolyzed reduced water, which is the scientific term for Kangen water, it's small. It's able to get into our cells easier. And when water goes through right angle pipes and it gets the chlorine added and all of these things, it becomes unnaturally structured. It becomes big and irregular. And it's a lot harder for it to get into our cells. So drinking regular water is trying to throw a softball through a chain link fence. It's not really going to get through. Drinking Kangen water, it's like throwing marbles through a chain link fence. It just goes right through. Okay, now check this out.
This is my absolute favorite. So you see this Lipton green tea bag? We want this to represent your body. Now, this is not some major scientific experiment. It's just a cool idea so you can see the better hydration and detoxification. So we'll put the tea bag in there. I want you to pretend like you're drinking Dasani all day and you're trying to get yourself hydrated. This is really important for athletes. Really important for dealing with brain fog, and of course with the detoxification it's really important for losing weight and for feeling better, because toxins, we'll even get a little help there, toxins sit in our cells, and if you can't get them out with your water. What did my skeptical husband say? He said, well, that's not fair, the tea bag was already wet, right? But isn't that cool? That's showing you the superior hydration, better detoxification of your cells. But just so you know that we weren't, cheating, and it wasn't because the tea bag was already wet, we'll go back to the Dasani.
Isn't that crazy? That blows my mind every time that it can make tea with cold water, and it comes in handy. How that was able to pull tea out of the tea bag with cold water, this is how it actually allows you to absorb more of your supplements with less cost. It is improving the effectiveness of all other therapeutic practices that you're doing. You can use less supplements over time, less wasted nutrition, and save more money over time. Now, hydrogen, electrolyzed reduced water. What is this? What science talks about this? Is there any literature I can review? I want to see some studies. What do you look for? So there are 1,000+ peer-reviewed articles that show the benefits of hydrogen in over 170 disease models. This is scientifically proven water. It's not just like made up. It's not a scam. It's real. You can find things on PubMed or NIH. What you're going to search, and you may want to take a picture of this, is electrolyzed reduced water, reduction potential, and molecular hydrogen. Those are the key words you're going to be searching on PubMed and NIH to find these articles. The Kangen machine is a medical device. It is approved as a medical device by the Japanese Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare, which is equivalent to the FDA and Health Canada. But think about this, FDA, Food and Drug Administration, where in Japan, it's the Japanese Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare. They actually want people to be healthy. So that's the key here. It's the only water ionizer endorsed by the Japanese Association of Preventative Medicine for Adult Diseases. supported by 6,700 doctors, and it's currently used in 400 plus Japanese hospitals and clinics. And this company, Enagic, it says 45 years privately owned. They're actually 49 years old. They are debt-free. They're an original equipment manufacturer, meaning that they make every single part in-house. Even the power cord, they make their own box that the machine comes in. They make every part of the machine themselves, and each machine is assembled by one person. You can see right here in the factory in Osaka. Enagic has offices in over 20 countries. People can buy them from anywhere in the world, and they are the gold standard for water ionization. These are some of their certifications. The one I want to point out is the ISO 134 device, and also, so they have the IN 001, 14, and 13. So those are for quality, environmental management, and approved as a medical device. And ISO certifications are the best certifications you can get. Companies that have them are companies like Boeing, Rolex, and Rolls-Royce. They're the best in their industry. The gold standard. They also have the Water Quality Association Gold Seal for production quality. And this is a picture of the plates inside the machine. The platinum coated titanium plates. They are much bigger than any other ionizer that you'll find on the market. These other plates next to it are from other ionizers, and they are usually like mesh, or they're really small. They're just not anywhere near the same quality as the plates inside this machine. And that's because this machine is the only one certified as a medical device. It's the real deal. That's why I always say, if you're going to buy a cheap ionizer, don't buy one. Just save up and get the real deal. Because if you buy a cheap one, you're just going to end up getting the real deal later, because you're not going to experience what you want to from a cheap one. It's one machine. It makes 7 different kinds of water. The 11.5 pH is the most alkaline water that it makes. But water is very, very alkaline. It's able to emulsify oil. That's why soap emulsifies oil, because it's very alkaline. This is not a water that you drink. I like to refer to this as one of the utility waters, because it has other uses for cleaning. You can use it to remove pesticides from your produce, stain remover, degreaser, as a laundry detergent, and you can even use it to remove your makeup.
So in these 3 glasses, I'm going to be pouring in the tap water. And then in this one, we have the Kangen water 11.5.
So we'll let this sit for about 5 minutes and we'll see what color the water comes out. So it's been 5 minutes. Let's see what happens when we pour the water into these glasses.
You ready? Okay, so remember we've got the tap water on this side. Wow. So the reason why the Kangen water is so effective is because it penetrates through the oil, and farmers are using oil-based pesticides to put on their crops, so when it rains it doesn't wash away. So it's very cost effective for them, but what happens is we're not actually able to wash them off, as you can see, with tap water alone. So we need something a bit stronger, and that's why the Kangen 11.5 is so effective, is because it actually breaks down oils and emulsifies the oils.
This is a list of some of the pesticides that's used on produce that we find in the grocery store today, and the long-term effects, which most of them, as you can see, are cancer. The next type of water that we're going to talk about that this machine makes is called beauty water, which is 6.0 pH. It's the perfect pH for our skin, hair, plants love it. I spray it on my skin all the time, especially in the summer. I'm just spraying it constantly, even just to cool off. I'll keep some with me. I dump it on my hair after I wash my hair. I take a half gallon of beauty water and dump it on my hair, and I go, but my hair is really shiny. And beauty water is essentially a toner. If you've ever bought toner, that's what helps bring your skin back to a natural pH. You can do this with water, and it's going to hydrate your skin effectively, and it's so amazing. I use a lot less moisturizer because I have the beauty water. Also the shower unit, of course. Enagic makes a shower unit, and using that and the beauty water, I live in Utah. It's dry. I'm in the high desert, and I used to always get out of the shower or, wash my face and feel like it's just more dry than when I started. Now I just use water. I have way less breakouts. I've seen this help a lot of people with acne that have tried everything. It helps with acne, it helps with eczema, it helps with psoriasis. Again, you can give this to your plants. You can even use beauty water to clean your windows and mirrors. And when I got my machine, I heard that it could replace all these products, and I'm like, yeah, right. Like, is it really going to do a better job than the window cleaner I already use? Yes, it does. You can just spray your window with the 6.0 beauty water and literally use any kind of rag and wipe it, and it's spot free. Every time. Spot free, streak free. And I've never seen anything work as well as this. The other water that this makes, that's one of the utility waters, is 2.5 strong acidic water. Now, this is very acidic. It is so acidic that it is independently lab tested to kill 100 organisms faster than bleach. You can use it as mouthwash. You can soak toothbrushes in it. You can use this as a sanitizer for any type of surface. You can use it on your feet. You can use it on your hands as hand sanitizer, on cuts and burns, on eye infections. You could spray this or drop it in your eyes. Yeah. If you have food poisoning, you can take a shot of the 2.5 and it'll kill the bacteria in your stomach. So you'll feel better a lot faster. And then of course, make sure you drink the 9.5 after, because this is very acidic. 2.5 pH, the scientific term for it is hypochlorous acid. And Enagic actually pioneered hypochlorous acid. It is approved by the FDA and USDA for food handling and preparation. Go online and look up hypochlorous acid, because you can buy it by the gallon or whatever, and it is very expensive. And our machines make these for free for life. I'm so lucky to have this. We all are. It's FDA and USDA approved to kill MRSA viruses, bacteria, salmonella, anthrax spores, and E. coli in 30 seconds. All restaurants should be using this to sanitize things, because we don't want to use chemicals where we're making food, right? So a Kangen ionizer replaces all of this toxic garbage: the laundry detergent, the hand sanitizer, the bottled water, the mouthwash, the bleach, all the cleaners. How much do you pay for all of that stuff? This is the founder of Enagic, Hironari Oshiro. His motto is change your water, change your life. And his corporate philosophy is realization of physical health, financial health, and mental health. That's what he wants for everyone on earth. So he's created a win-win-win model to get these machines into every home. Enagic is the next megatrend. This picture is what's called a bell curve, and this is how megatrends happen. So once an item reaches 2.5% market penetration, goes crazy. It becomes super popular and everyone starts buying them. We're still under 1% market penetration in America and in the world. Okay, some places like Hawaii is above 3%. They're starting to take off. People are buying these like crazy in Hawaii. So everyone will own one of these in the next several years. Other megatrends that have happened, the last megatrend for a home appliance was the microwave, not a health device. So I am very excited about the projection that this product is going to be the next megatrend, because it is a health product. And I know that people are waking up in droves right now, and everyone wants to be healthier and live longer and just enjoy their lives, have more freedom. People see the vision with this.
She is absolutely right. People are seeing the vision here. Now, as she mentioned, everyone will own one of these K8 ionizers within the next few years. Now, some of you will purchase today because it just makes sense to provide optimal health to prevent illness. Some people will purchase today because they have a health challenge that they're facing. Some people will purchase today for the incredible business opportunity. And unfortunately, some people will wait until they are very ill, and hopefully it's not too late. I hope so greatly that you are one of the people who chooses to purchase today for any of those 3 reasons. I'd imagine at this point you are thinking, okay, this K8 is amazing and I need it in my home pronto. The retail price for the K8 is $54.80, and your product will last you for about 40 years with proper care. We have $0 down and 0% interest financing options, as well as cash back and the opportunity to get your product completely reimbursed. We'll talk about those options a little bit later in this video. The second product that I think you're going to absolutely love is the Enespa. It is an in-home spa experience, shower and bath attachment. It has an active charcoal ceramic filter, which removes toxic chlorine and other contaminants. But listen up, because this is where the real magic happens. The Enespa contains authentic mineral stones taken directly from the Fudumata hot springs in Hokkaido, Japan. These stones generate mildly alkaline water and strong negative ions, which is great for your hair and skin while mitigating the signs of aging. It is absolutely incredible, and you are going to love it. Here's a side note to any salon or spa owners. This is a wonderful asset to add to your studio in that you can use it on your clients, and when they fall in love with the benefits, you can then earn up to $1,000 per referral. The retail price for the Enespa is $31.80, and again, we have the same great financing options as mentioned before. The final product that we offer at this time is chemical-free wild turmeric. It has powerful antioxidant, antibacterial, and anti-inflammatory properties, and people have reported incredible transformation from using it. It comes in a capsule form, a tea form, and a bar of soap. The retail price for the Ukan turmeric is $25.80, and that will give you an entire year supply. In addition to these 3 products, in the very near future, you will also be able to have EMF protection and air purification systems in your home that are offered from Enagic. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how you can get these products in your homes as soon as possible. Of course, you can pay in full with cash, check, or a current credit card that you might have. We can also help you apply for financing and get these products in your hands for $0 down and 0% interest for up to 12 to 15 months. And here is the best part. No matter which option you choose to purchase, when you purchase your products, you are automatically eligible to earn commissions for your referrals. There is no fee to start earning money as early as today. We have 2 different paths that you can choose from to earn money here. Path number 1 is for you if you really love the products, but you have no intention of using leverage to create significant passive income from home. You would just really like to earn enough money to pay for your products. What you would do is you would refer approximately 5 to 8 friends to a K8 or an Anespa. These may be friends who come to your home, they drink your Kangen water, or they use your shower and they comment on how amazing they feel. So with 0 advertising, you could pay off your product price in 6 months to a year or so, and you can continue referring people for life and earn up to $2,100 per sale. Or you can choose path 2, where you can make significant income online from anywhere in the world. That can be from your bed or from a beach. This option is for you if you feel any of the following ways. Maybe you're sick of living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you wish that you could quit your current job. Maybe you'd love to stay home with your kids and be a stay-at-home parent. Maybe you want to afford the luxuries in life, like traveling more often. Or perhaps you want to invest and retire super early. Like we're talking within the next year, no matter what age you are right now. We can teach you how to make up to $8,080 per sale by just helping about 5 to 8 other people just like you on this path. So now if you're wondering which option is best for you, I want you to ask yourself this. Is the way you're currently creating an income providing you with the life you truly desire? Or are you just barely paying the bills, lacking money for extras, and planning on retiring at the age of 65 with a mediocre retirement fund? If your life is the latter, then I think you know that path number 2 is the one you should choose. This is what you will get with path number 2. We have a true freedom business model waiting for you. You will receive time freedom, and that means you can work and play whenever you want. You can have location freedom, which means you work and play wherever you want. You can also have financial freedom, which means all of your wildest financial dreams can come true. And finally, you can have health freedom, which means your body has been restored by using these incredible medical grade products. So basically what we're saying is that you can create legacy income online from anywhere in the world, and it's happening for people just like you. Kelsey is a busy mama and made $300,000 in her first 6 months here. Reagan just found this opportunity recently, and she has already made enough money to completely retire at the age of 23. Jessica makes $150,000 per month and recently hit the rank that gives her guaranteed income for life that is willable and deedable to pass on to her children. And she has only been here for 3 short years. And there's you. There you are up there. If you are committed to changing your life, there's absolutely no reason why you cannot see these results as well. Okay, friend, you are well on your way to health and wealth. The next step is to message the person who sent you this video. Please let them know your thoughts, and they will happily help you with whatever route is best for you. We look forward to helping you have a healthful and prosperous future.